Hey guys, welcome to the second ever episode of
Catch the Dream.
I am your host, Churyu, or Alan, you can call me, and then also join with me, as usual, is KwaveRadio, or you can call her Alyssa.
Hey guys, what's up?
Perfect. Today our topic that we're going to talk about, and I kid you not, we're probably about roughly an hour after the concert, is the topic of the US streaming internet night brought to you by MyTaste Music. They just had their concert of Dreamcatcher, and holy cow, I didn't even know where to start. This is, as usual, going from the US tour to this online concert. Emotions is what I personally would
Holy
say.
emotion.
Um, so I'm going to just give you guys kind of a brief little breakdown of the topics that we are going to go through today. We're going to kind of go through the song list that they kind of presented to us. It's interesting. They only had about a 90-minute window. So they were only performing certain songs. And honestly, some of the songs that they were able to perform today was probably shocking to a lot of Insomnia fans, and the whole interaction that we were able to get from them was like no tomorrow. So we're kind of going. I'm gonna just go over through the breakdown of what the concert lineup was for the song wise. We had Scream and Red Sun, which was something that I think we kind of expected. Scream was the title song for the whole concert, really, and then Red Sun has been something that was shown during the rehearsal. That was shown on July 1st. We had a small intermission, and then we had Wonderland bringing it back a bit, and then just what we talked about last week in regards of our podcast. They did one of the acapella songs, which was Jazz Bar, which we kind of talked about a bit. And then they performed Daybreak. This is the first time ever Daybreak kind of shown on any form of live performance, which was really interesting. And we'll kind of break into that where they kind of talked about of how it being black and white. We had a second intermission, you and I, PD, another intermission, I believe, in during this time they talked about answering some questions, which is some of them were really interesting questions. And then we had like the subunits, Paradise. We had, which kind of expected at this point. And then we have some other ones which we'll break into later. We also had a special clip brought to you by, I think, MyTaste Music, because they were able to sponsorship a lot of the images that were shown, along with Black and White, Deja Vu, Sahara, and like another animation, Polaris, July 7th, and then some special stuff shortly after, which we'll break into later.
So much special
video.
stuff. Oh my god, so many emotions.
I didn't like I said, like for me looking at it, holy cow, there was emotions. Like at first, you were excited for Dreamcatcher. Like, like they have missed us. They're performing this pretty much for us for it. And the performance that we're getting, given that the outfits that we have seen, they were in the kind of the screen outfits, which was like the Sua iconic like armpitless suit, GU backless suit.
Oh, GU backless. Oh my god.
Like for me, like I'm a bias of Yushan. I'll make it clear for that. She had that iconic two slit on her blazer, which was kind of iconic for me. Xion had that split sleeve.
The split sleeves.
That's really the scream. Like I mentioned on the last podcast, Dreamcatcher usually have these like suit kind of attire outfits for a lot of their promotions, but they all have a unique taste to them. That unique cutout or unique style to it that really do stand up from my point of view.
Definitely.
So that was my point of view of like the kind of the concert. I was really shocked when I saw it. Like Scream, and then a lot of songs that were coming out, a lot of the subunits, which we'll get into, literally lost my breath, and towards the end, I lost my tears. I literally, I would agree to a lot of insomnias, grab the buckets because you're filling that shit up.
Yep.
Excuse my language.
Grab the tissues. Who's cutting onions in this mofo? Like,
hot dog missing. Holding my pain. I can't hold my pain anymore. I'm tearing up. That's my pain. Like I can't take it anymore.
We couldn't hold it anymore.
These girls are too much. That being said, that's my option. Like my opinions of the concert. What are yours after kind of? I mean, at this point, we're kind of recollecting what just happened. What did we
absolutely.
Just what are your view of it right now?
I think they did a fantastic job choosing the set list in terms of like really taking advantage of using the B-sides from the Dystopia album. We really did get a great variety of the B-sides because, like you said before, we had the Sahara choreography, which had never been revealed before. We also had Daybreak, which was newly revealed, and then the stages that we had seen before for Sahara. Sorry, I said Sahara already. For Red Sun and Black or White, and we also had Jazz Bar, which is, I think, really, really fantastic. And I think we had a really good combination of older B-sides and other title tracks as well, even though we didn't get all of the title tracks. But I was kind of okay with that. I don't know if it's just because personally I had seen the American tour, but I really think they did do a good job of showcasing new things. And I can already feel the complaints about them not performing in the Frozen or Silent Night. But I was really satisfied with they were able to prepare for us, considering that they really didn't have too much time to prepare and how much thought and effort that they put into their B-sides and their unit stages and everything like that. Because, I mean, Sua and Hwang Soo-yeon literally made the choreography for her unit stage. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later. But there was a lot of thought and effort that went into this. And it was just so wonderfully done. So thank you, Dreamcatcher and DCC, because you guys did such a good job.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting to seeing more towards of like innocent the choreography, and yes, there's a lot of tracks that I think I would say some insomnias were disappointed in. I mean, I think everyone was excited to see more of the old eras. I would say, and the title tracks of like Chase Me, Good Night. I mean, honestly, I would live for every day to see a new video of Goodnight. That choreography, the opening scene, we've talked about it. That scene, I would love to see it almost every day. That choreography is honestly mind-boggling. If you guys haven't seen it, go ahead, head over to Dreamcatcher Company and their dance practice of Goodnight. That the puppeteering for that is amazing to see. But I do respect Dreamcatcher Company of selecting the songs that they know that they can consistently, I wouldn't say perform, but show out scale their songs in, mainly in the Dystopia album, because that was what advertised, but not going back to the older albums because of the missing member Handong 7. And we'll kind of go more over that about Handong and a lot about her, because there's information that was announced, I wouldn't say announced, more hinted by Dreamcatcher, that we are gonna get something special with them and Handong. And Handong. But yes. But like, Good Night, Fly High, and Chase Me, those were title songs that people were expecting that we didn't get. But there was some of the B-side songs that were still played from those older albums that, like you said, onions were cut, tears were shed. I don't know how many more can I say about that. But yeah, that was what surprised me about it, is like what we are getting hinted from Dreamcatcher, along with the intermissions. The intermissions that we did have during the times was really surprising. We had the questionnaire, Sua brought back the question from the not their intermission, the rehearsal that they got.
Oh, the rehearsal, yeah, that's right.
Which was really funny because they're like, "Hey, what do you guys eat?" And Sue was like, this breakfast I ate. I think it was breakfast was Jiu. It was like a salad with Jiu, and then it was a chicken burger.
Oh, the appetizer. Yeah, it was the appetizer. It was chicken
appetizer. Yeah, chicken with Jiu. Then appetizer was. Not appetizer. Lunch was
the main course.
Chicken sandwich. Or main course was chicken sandwich was Gahyun and Yuhyun. And then for dessert, it is Insomnia Love for tonight. And like, it was I felt like it was kind of planned after what Jiu said during the rehearsal, which was really cute because Jiu came in, it's like, Sua had my love. And I was like, oh my god. This person is literally the dad of. I've talked about it in the last podcast. She was literally the dad of Dreamcatcher, or the mom of Dreamcatcher.
Oh my
And
god.
today, it was her dad jokes. He is the dad of Dreamcatcher.
Absolutely.
Because she always pulls off. I love it when she pulls off these really super cheesy jokes. When we're having these things where it's like, I think one of them, and again, these are the memes, and I'll try to do my best to take credit to the people who created these memes. But there was that one meme of like, I think it was Jiu during the recording. They're like, she was like, oh, I believe it was like, oh, my mom told me to not like bring strangers home or something like that. And he's like, oh, like bring your dreams home. And she's like, you can bring me home. And I think the whole Insomnia base, I gotta find it, and I'll try my best to like edit it in of the screenshot I have, because it was honestly like a dad. It's a dad joke, but it was a really cute joke from Jiu that honestly took my heart. I'm like, this is why she's hands down my
bias record.
My bias record. I mean, I can talk to I talk to Alyssa almost every day about.
Yeah, we really do talk every day.
And literally, like, this is my screen share. My screen share is Jiu, and then when it opens up, it's Yuhyun pointing a gun at me. Like, there's nothing better than that, because my hands on my bias is Yuhyun, but Jiu has been that bias record that's been creeping up on me, and it's really something that we joke around about.
I literally tease Alan about it almost every single day. It's so funny. I'll make new memes for him every day just to be like, oh look, new Jiu picture. Are you like this bias wrecking you? It's really, really great. Okay, so I want to talk about our wonderful subunit performances that we had. So I remember in one of the whatchamacallits, in the intermissions between, I noticed that Shion had disappeared, and I was like, oh, she disappeared. Is she changing? Are we getting ready? What stage are we getting? Obviously, when you think Shion, you think main vocal. You think she's main vocal. She's going to have some amazing performance. I was really curious to see what she was going to perform, and we were obviously surprised with Paradise. And oh my, Paradise is a really special song for me personally, just because it's a song that I listen to when I'm having a bad day, when I need a pick me up. And I just find it super duper comforting knowing that like Jiyeon helped write the lyrics, and she really means what she sings. And one of those special things that I find with having Jiyeon as a main vocal is sometimes I get nervous when I hear people sing high notes. Jiyeon is one of those people that I absolutely do not need to worry about, because I know she's gonna hit it. And that's like such a reassuring feeling, and it's just like really cool that I can have that kind of confidence. But Alan, what did you think about having her sing Paradise? Because I know you thought that she was gonna sing Overdose, so I'm just curious what your thoughts were about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, for me, I was kind of going based off, I guess for me, when I was going into this, I was expecting a lot of the lineup that we have seen during the US tour, and
right,
the European tour, and the prior tours before that. So I was kind of going off of that, and this is before, Paradise was released, so we were getting a solo song from Sion, where we can get more of her, I would say, like, her vocals that a lot of people, I would say, underestimate sometimes. And now that we have more of her own personal songs, such as Paradise, I was not expecting it. I mean, during the whole concert, I was messaging you. I'm like, hey, Sion's missing. Where is she at? Oh, and then here it comes. Paradise, I think for a lot of Insomnias, we were expecting that. Like, if we're taking Sion's solo performance, handful of older, I would say, Insomnias, they're used to songs such as like Overdose, right? But like, the newer Insomnias, they were probably coming in around the time where Scream came out and Paradise was released. So they are familiar with Paradise. So we had that the dual mix. It was like who's gonna probably win the bet. Like if we place a bet, like are
Mm.
we getting Overdose? Are we getting Paradise? But I think Paradise was that best fitting in this occasion. One because we have heard a decent amount of Paradise being on the U.S. tours. I think it was on the European tours, and then on top of the V1 performances. So
Yes, I believe I saw it in London when I went. Yes, I think so.
yeah, and along with that, Paradise was also shown. I think only in a
Not-
radio show.
Yeah, only on Idol Radio, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so then we didn't have that much performances for this to kind of showcase Sion's actual um vocals instead of just a recording or that one instance. We got
Mm.
another option of like here listen to Sion's Paradise, and honestly, her vocals still like impress me to these days of like showing like
Mm.
she puts her voice into it like that mix nine of like I believe the instructor where it's like hey follow Sion. She
Yeah.
has the proper like emotions, the vocals into her songs when she sings. You guys should probably follow up on what she does too.
Absolutely. I think Xian really is the full package in terms of a vocal. She, like you said before, delivers emotion. She delivers just the overall delivery of her singing between technique, pitch, everything really is just she really is the full package. And actually, I want to take this quick second to transition into our next stage, which was Be Natural by Yuhyun and Gahyun. And holy crap, was I screaming at this point. I was not expecting the stage. When I saw the chairs and I was like, oh no, there are very few songs that I can think of when you see two chairs on the stage. I was like, oh my god, does it Be Natural? And then it showed it on the stage, and I was like, oh my god. My parents were looking at me like I was like a chicken without a head. But like, oh my gosh, I was so when I saw that, I was just like, they really prepared a lot, and we are such spoiled fans as Insomnia to have a group that loves us this much to prepare that much. Oh my gosh. But I actually have to say one thing. One of the first impressions that I had while watching the stage was how much Gahyun's vocals have improved and how stable they are. Because
Yeah.
technically, Gahyun is, I feel like she's considered more as a sub vocal in Dreamcatcher, but I really have to say every single member in Dreamcatcher is an all rounder. Every single one of them is like a main dancer or a main dancer, main vocal, main rapper. Like they can do everything. So, what were your thoughts on the stage overall, Alan?
I think overall, I honestly was lost by it because I mean I messaged you. I personally thought they were gonna perform. There was two songs that or I would probably say three songs that I was kind of guessing. I wasn't looking at the background because I was really captured by the two chairs that were being presented at the time.
Mm.
I was like, in a sense, I thought two chairs. I'm like, what the Dreamcatcher has presented to us was two chairs. I honestly thought was Harvana. I was like, Havana
Mm.
was technically a subunit. They performed it as a full group before, actually
Yes.
twice. We had KCON, and then we also had, I think one of the Korean shows where it was actually still the full group. Um,
I actually saw it in London too. With it was 6 members instead of 7, but I did see
oh
Havana live. Oh,
yeah, and then on top of that was like looking towards it. I was like, how funny would it be if we got my boy? I'm like, in my head, you had mentioned that she was interested at doing more. She was getting more into like sexy acts, I guess.
oh.
That's where we got leading into like the LA sexy performance competition between Yuhyun and
Oh
Gaia,
my
which
gosh.
there
That lasted
was
throughout the whole tour.
there was I didn't get follow yeah I didn't get follow up through the whole tour, but the big noticeable one that followed up in it during the U.S. tour was the whole Yuhyun pulling Sua by her tie. Um, and that was the whole like that what brought it up was that whole sexy like this is Yuhyun. I was like, I'm gonna be sexy. I'm gonna pull up the sexy queen by her tie. But yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, dude, they were talking about sexy and all that stuff. But then I also messaged you during that time. I'm like, yo, Yuhyun, Gahyun are gonna have a subunit because during the idol radio that we brought up earlier, they performed Fiesta by
Oh, that was such a good little cover as well.
and when I saw that, I was like, man, they're really synced to this. Like, is this what we're getting probably as a subunit? I was not expecting Be Natural at all. When I saw
Mm,
it being on Be Natural, I lost my mind because first off, the outfits were amazing. All the subunits, the outfits, I lost my mind. We can go back to Sion. At first, I'm like, oh man, like look at it. It's has that nice like beat up look, and then she
yeah,
kind
it was
of
like knitted and had like holes in it, and it looked nice.
yeah, it had like a good settle like beat up look, but then she moved in a particular manner where it showed the back of her dress that she was wearing, and it was black. And for some reason, that took me for a shock because I was kind of going into like this whole dress is completely white.
Mm,
Uh, but then when I see the back, it was that nice. Like I would say, it's hard to say it's an accent touch, but it
mm.
was kind of more an accent touch that you see because it's more of a back imperial, and you don't see that as much. That shocked my mind towards it.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really notice that at all until you messaged me that, and I was like, "Wait, you were like, wait, the back of it is black." And I had to look a little bit closer because it wasn't at that angle, but she turned slightly, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's right, it's black." So that was really really cool.
Yeah, and along with like the Gahyun and Yuhyun outfits, they were shocking. I think Gahyun, like after you brought up like her vocals has been improving.
Mm,
Um, Looking at it, um, since I would say PD, which were I would say is the era she popped up because that was the first era she started to rap, and she has continued to
mm,
do so into these following up eras. She has improved and across all eras. Or I don't want to say
mm.
eras, but more of like areas. That's what I mean.
Yes.
Areas of like the dancing. I would say also like looks and then also the vocals. They have all improved over through the era since PD, which I honestly was. I was really proud to see Gahyun kind of pull more confidence into these
Mm.
subunits.
Definitely. And I think because Yuhyun and Gahyun are technically some of the younger members of the group, this was like a really nice way to see that they have matured throughout the years because, Yuhyun was part of Minx, so we have that really, really young image of her. And to see her take on such a mature and wonderful stage like Be Natural, I think it's just really fantastic to see. Okay. Are we ready for the next stage? Because I literally called this screaming while they dragged out the sofa. And I was not ready. My family was not ready. Shiron, my husband, was not ready while he was sitting next to me as I screamed, "Oh my god, it's a sofa! We're gonna see full moon!" Because I was really confused because I saw the moon and I was like, there's a moon. And I was like, wait, there's only two songs I can think of with the sofa. It's Full Moon by Sunmi and Pretty You by 17. But once I saw it and I saw the moon, I was like, oh my god, that's full moon! And the outfits, Gio literally wrecked me this entire concert. She looked so good. She was just all smiley. She was interacting, waving, smiling, making hearts throughout the entire concert. And I was just like, Ju, you are a precious human being. We do not deserve you. You are a wonderful leader. And I was just going on and on in my head, just screaming, oh my gosh, she looks so good today. But I really liked the contrast of outfits because if you guys have not seen it before, Jiu and Dami have done a unit performance together, which is 2PM's My House. And if you have not seen that performance, it involves having a red ribbon going around one person's eyes, and then it's just had a lot of really great contrast between the two members. And this also happened today. And also, we got Dami vocals today. Good lord, did we get Dami vocals today? Like,
Oh,
oh, I love it.
I mean,
Because,
we had Jazz Bar, and I think Jazz Bar is like in the albums of B side track.
mm-hmm,
Jazz Bar is probably the one that would probably I would say a highlight Dami. Um,
absolutely.
in the case of vocals, not under raps, but like I think some people underestimate rappers of like they can still perform Dami, like they can still perform vocals. We
Mm,
had
definitely.
we had that one Dreamcatcher. I think it was the after school club where they were performing for the high pitched note. And
Oh yeah, that's right. And they had the high note battle. I know what you're talking about.
And Dami was the one who was actually second place out of all of them. I was surprised to see that Yuhyun was super low in the list. That was something that was shocking to me. But to see Dami like hit
the one with the lowest voice with the second highest pitch was insane.
I was like, yo, this is a girl who's gonna perform. And when I heard Jazz Part for the first time after seeing that, I lost it. So then seeing Dami in this case of that like full moon in regards to Sumi, like when for me, like again, you had your thoughts of what it was. I thought the same. I saw the couch and I thought like, because at this point I'm like, all right, Gahyun, Yuhyun subunit appeared. Siyeon already appeared. So what's left? Dami, Jiyu, and Suwa. So in my head, Suwa already has a solo performance. She has that copycat from Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's what I'm expecting from Suwa, and we'll get into that later. So at this point, it leaves a factor of Jiyu, Dami. What I was thinking was, again, that performance was 2 p.m. of Jiyu and Dami, but for some reason, I kid you not, Troublemaker came into my mind.
Oh.
But the couch literally tossed it out of the window. Because then I saw, again, I saw that moon, and I saw the couch, and I was like, all right, no, this clicked in, full moon Sumi. Because I know this fan group is already, like, Yuhyun is already a fan of Sumi. She has made it clear. She announced that she handed a fan letter during a music show to Sumi backstage. So that when I saw, I'm like, all right, this is Sumi, because I know this group loves Sumi. And I was like, all right, we're getting full moon. And yes, you talked about the outfits. Holy cow.
God bless their stylist.
Their stylist was amazing. First off, Jiyu, that dress. Oh my god. Dami, she rocked the suit.
That suit looks so good on her. Oh my lord.
I think that suit was also the same suit for that song that she produced as one of the special I think the special clips that Dreamcatcher Company did produce. I will look it up, but I mean, what are for you? I want your opinion of what was going through your mind when you did see that Jiyu Dami subunit.
I was actually very pleasantly surprised to have the return of the Jiyu Dami subunit. I feel like Jiyu has this magical power of bringing out this amazing chemistry of whoever she's performing with. Like you mentioned before, the Troublemaker performance that she had with Handong. That is an absolute wonderfully amazing stage where you can feel the tension that you would have if it was Hyuna and what's his name, Hyunsung performing. And I just thought it was really, really nice. Let's see, I'm trying to think of which parts really stood out to me. Like the part that stood out to me the most was the part where like Jiyu takes off Dami's jacket and like pushes her off, and I was like, oh my god, she's falling, what's happening? And then they caught her, and I was like, oh good, I feel better. But that was like, I just thought that was so tastefully done, and it's just, there were so many different aspects to that performance. I'm just trying to remember them all. I just remember being shell-shocked, being like, oh, we're so blessed as a fandom to have such quality performances. But I think, like I said, Dami's vocals in the beginning were what really got me, because I think when Dami auditioned to be in Happy Fans Entertainment, she would audition to be a vocal, and it's really nice when companies allow their artists to portray all aspects of their artist, from their vocals to the rap to the dance, because Dami is a member that really is adequate in all three. And I have to say, throughout today, Jiyu killed it on vocals. Like, absolutely destroyed it. From Red Sun to this today, like, from Full Moon, her vocals were solid. Like, Giu's has literally one of the purest, sweetest voices in Dreamcatcher, and she usually is given the parts that are higher that other members would make it sounds like they'd be reaching a little bit harder to get those high notes because Giu's voice is a little bit sweeter and a little bit naturally more high pitched. It just sounds so nice and pleasing to the ears, and I was just really satisfied with that today.
Yeah, I mean, like, looking at it, like, again, like, I actually looked it up, but, like, Giu's Dami special clip that she had was Once Upon a Time, which I believe was composed and written by her.
Yes, it was.
Which I thought, like, again, with these upcoming albums that we're probably going to be getting, these are lyrics that has been choreographed and on top of, like, produced with their song makers, which I will give props, which I believe, or don't quote me on this, but I think it's Orlander and Liz and
Olander.
Yeah. And they were there actually at the live performance.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Because one of the questions during the intermission that Dami picked up was, in the album Dystopia, what is your favorite song? And she was like, you know, like sweating there. She's like, you know, my composer and my lyrics is also here. I'm gonna say Jazzwire, which I believe, if I recall correctly, she took in part of producing the song of Jazzwire.
Yeah, I think she either wrote I don't know if she partially wrote it or she did lyrics for this song. I'm not sure. I can't remember if Dami had composed for this album. I know she's been working on stuff. I just can't remember if it was this album in particular.
I want to say there's about 2 songs that she did help compose a few of the lyrics in. But yeah, looking at the, like, in a sense, the outfit and things that performed, that kind of stood out to me was Giu and Dami. Again, it was that whole, like, Giu, you know, for the kids who were watching it, in a sense, or in slightly underage, but the whole, like, stripping the blazer over Dami and
oh my god, like,
away, that stood out to me. And eventually, in the end credits of the concert, we did see the rehearsal of it, which was pretty funny. If you didn't
yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry for those insomnias that weren't able to either catch I would say the live recording or even seeing the VOD of it, but we will try our best to talk about the situations. And honestly, I hope you guys still follow Dreamcatcher and probably see something future of this, because I know in Dreamcatcher, this is something that they will perform, and it's not a one-time opportunity.
Definitely. Dreamcatcher's really good about when they perform something once, they'll usually try to perform it somewhere else. A good example of this is when they performed what's that Imagine Dragons song that they performed, one where you can kicks really high? Believer.
Yeah.
That's it. So they performed that once at a COEX event, and they performed it again on Idol Room. And so, like I said before, they're really good at not exactly recycling, but reusing stages really, really tastefully, and, you know, showing them to fans and, you know, broadcasting it to showcase their talents as best as they can. Okay, Al. Are you ready for the last one? For the one that killed me? Oh my god.
I kid you not. I remember they talked about subunits during the rehearsal, like, hey, we're practicing subunits, all that stuff. But for the subunits that we have seen today, and I kid you not, we are recording this probably about almost 2 hours at this point after the concert. The subunits we saw today, I think none of the subunits we're expecting, and all the subunits today, if they're watching this, are you alive or are you just, you know, like, in the afterlife because after this one? Because Sua killed it. If you want to talk more about it, I'll have let's actually lead into this because I'm speechless. That's all I can really say.
I just need a second. If you look carefully, close enough, where, like, on my screen, you can see my soul leaving my body, because holy beef! Like, the stage was crazy good. Oh my god. So during the V Live yesterday, I didn't get a chance to watch it live because I was sleeping. It was like some ungodly hour in the middle of the night for me, but
normal for Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, normal for Dreamcatcher, ungodly hours for me. Sua was like, there's a stage that I don't want my mom to see, and even before the concert, she was like, "Mom, I know you've been using these night masks lately. I need you to wear them. I need you to put them on right before I perform this." And then quietly she said, "Dad too." It was so cute. Oh my gosh. But I was sort of expecting a Sua stage where she was going to be on her own, just because she is the queen for a reason. Sua has this amazing confidence that she portrays while she dances, and it's absolutely amazing. It's a combination of confidence, technique, just full out performance blown amazing person. And I just thought to myself, oh my god, we're gonna get killed today. I'm just gonna, ascend to heaven right away. And holy crap, did I ascend. If you have a couple more thoughts as I try to, like, collect myself and because I'm just, like, reliving the moment. I'm just like, oh my god, because at the very beginning in her outfit, oh my god.
Yeah, so for me, I was coming in, I'm like, alright, this is, like, I've seen Jiyu and Dami, I'm like, alright, last remainder unit, it's gonna be Sua. The first one that we saw was, again, I was going off the consensus of, like, the songs that we are gonna be seeing today are the songs that we've probably seen prior. I was not expecting that they will continue to produce, or not produce, but, like, perform songs that were, already shown, and then they're not already shown, but, like, they're not shown and they're covered wise. So for me, I'm like, alright, what is a song that Sua solely performed on because she's the last remaining member? And in my head, it clicked instantly was Copycat.
Yep.
From Billie Eilish. So I'm like, alright, she's gonna perform Copycat. I was not, I was seeing the staff placing chairs. I'm like, yo, seeing the music video, she has done one performance of Copycat on the Idol Radio. None of these chairs line up, really. I'm like, alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. It's hard to see in the dark of the lighting that's being shown. What are we getting? Are we getting back a full group? Like a special cover, which I'm expecting? Or are we getting a Sua cover? I was not expecting the Buttons special cover at all.
Oh no.
Along with the outfit, oh my god, I lost it. Like, lights turn on, Sua, backup dancer, her outfit stands out. I mean, you guys can probably see the clip. I would try my best to put an edit of, like, the footage or, like, an image of Sua's outfit for this. My eyes, like, again, I tell everyone, I'm like, hey, how does Dreamcatcher concert goes? It goes from, like, oh my god, I'm so excited, oh my god, it's a hangbang, oh my god, it's not safe for work, oh my god, here's my tears, like, it's a roller coaster through the whole concert, and I'm pretty sure it goes for any band, but Dreamcatcher, like, for me, I have never faced a roller coaster that, like, I feared for my life that I want to go back on. That's the thing.
I literally could not have worded it any better. That's literally how I felt within the span of 2 hours. Like, Dreamcatcher does a great job of, and actually, I mentioned this before. If anybody's ever watched one of my album reactions, music video reactions, or anything like that, Dreamcatcher's fantastic at telling a story, or they plan things really well because they know they make you feel a certain way when they perform certain songs. Like when you get Screen, you get hyped. Then you have the comments, they sort of lighten up the mood. Then you get the super emotional songs. You had the VCRs, and they were just like intense songs. And then you're like, oh my god, super sexy stage. Oh my god, what the heck is going on? And then they get a lot more quiet and sentimental again. And then you have the super nostalgic songs that are for the fans. Like they performed Full Moon, and then the ending song was Over the Sky. Like Dreamcatcher tells a story. They love their fans, and they are so good at expressing that to their fans. And sorry, this is sort of sidetracking off of where we're talking about Sua's stage, but Sua's stage was like the last backhand slap to the face of the not safe for work, like sexy stage where you're not ready. it was just like the peak, like you're about the top of the roller coaster and you're like hanging there and you don't know what you're expecting and then it just drops at the last second. That's what Sua's stage was for me and the whole concert experience.
I mean, I think the whole experience of the subunits it was pretty much like that. I think everyone kind of, if we're thinking of like subunits and sidetracks, Paradise is what we were kind of expecting. In the regards of it was like Paradise, and then we have like the B Natural from Yuhan Gaihan, and then we have the Gyudami, which we weren't expecting, and then we have the Suwa. Out of all of them, gonna be the top of the mountain, who's just gonna kick us off of the mountain when we're there. Yep. Going down towards the downhill resolution that we will kind of more talk about in a bit here, of where, you know, that tier portion. It's like, yo, hype, holy cow, I need an adult, you know, I may be, you know, mid-20s or whatever, I need to sign a waiver coming to this because I was not expecting this.
Yep.
To the relation to, yo, who have another tissue, because I am bawling my eyes out.
Oh my god. Oh, that was so. I think Sua literally just kicked us off the cliff. That was her job in the concert, was just to kick us off the cliff and just have us tumble down. Like,
out of anyone, it would be her too.
Oh,
so
absolutely, it would definitely be Sua. And I think that would be a really good time to talk about the transition after Sua has kicked us off the cliff to the emotionally. I think one of the biggest emotionally retching part of the concert was the VCR of Dreamcatcher and all of their previous concerts. I don't know. What were your thoughts on that?
So, like, looking at it, it was I honestly was not expecting it. I was like, you know, here's the subunits, and then they showed a lot of the, in a sense, I would say it's a group photo or a crowd photo of it, and they started off with the Fly High, because Fly High was really, I would say, the opening of Dreamcatcher traveling across.
Yes, absolutely, the Fly High tour.
So a lot of them, you see them in that weird, I wouldn't say weird, but more of like that cute uniform outfit, which stood out, and that what was kind of, for me, when I saw that, it was that point of like, this is the first Fly High era, this is the, you know, the first European tour, and this is the first like going out of Korea tour for Dreamcatcher, and this is where it begins, honestly, of the international fans and showing the support. In talking about support, you know, we do have that Soba Voting, guys. If you guys aren't aware, I'll put the link in the description. Please vote for Dreamcatcher. They are competing against some really big name groups. I wouldn't name them, but your vote does matter, and for them, for being how small they are, voting against these big groups, please support the girls. If you are new to the group, or if you are familiar with Samya, please check out the 7 Dreamers. They do have a very great guideline of how to vote and how to do the process of it. So guys, vote for the girls over in the Soba voting. But yeah,
and every vote really counts. Like, every ad that you watch, anything that you can try to do to help, everything really does count. And Dreamcatcher, again, is a really special group where they really put a lot of effort for us, and we as a fandom do, and they know it too. Every ounce of effort that we put in, they see it, they appreciate it. And so we're going to definitely try to do our best for them, because getting up there, even with those big name girl groups, them seeing us, like them seeing themselves in those ranks, is really touching for them, and they know how hard we're working. So we can do it together, guys. We are one team, we are one fandom, we are Insomnia. So
yeah. But yeah, looking into it, like Black and White, which was the intermission after the VRC, which was, like, looking at it, like, I honestly brought tears, because you see first the Fly High first tour, and then we are going into the whole Australia tour, or the Pacific. I want to say it was Pacific America, but like,
was it South America?
Yes, we also had the South America tour. So we
Yeah.
had European tours. So we had the first European tour. We had the South American tour. Then we had the
Hmm.
Australia tour, and then we also had the North America tour. Prior to that was that second European tour.
Yep.
Um, but we had all these like tours, and then the Insomnias brought flags, either signed them, and Dreamcatcher showed the recognition of them. Like, hey, we care about you, Insomnias,
Hmm.
regardless if we're a big group or a small group. Here's recollection of all of our tours, all the group photos that we took with you guys, and I kid you not, tears. Out of all the songs, all the B-sides they can play, they played Lullaby. Oh
Mm.
my god, there was no other song that brought me tears faster like that.
Yes, absolutely. I think one of the really like I'm gonna say this a lot, that there are really a lot of special things about Dreamcatcher. Again, how much they love for their fans, how much effort they put in for their fans. But in terms of their situation as a group is actually quite unique because they are a group that truly is a lot more popular internationally than they are domestically in Korea. And one of the coolest parts about them being popular internationally is that some groups that are in similar situations do not get to promote internationally as often as them. Literally, they've gone on 2 European tours. They've traveled to South America. They've gone to Southeast Asia. They've gone to Australia. And even last year alone, I think they've had 20 something different concerts on so many different continents, which is absolutely amazing. Like I cannot begin to tell you how many groups that I've followed that are popular internationally and have not had and nowhere near that kind of success. And so to have Dreamcatcher keep and collect all those photos to show and just really tell all of their fans, we love you, we love all the support, we miss you, we want to see you. And that was something that they commented really often on the group too, was like, hey, we really miss you guys, we miss you. As soon as this Rona beep is out of the way, then we want to see you. And that's something super duper special, and that's a really special bond that I think they have with Insomnia.
Yeah, I mean, like it wasn't like this is something that like maybe other groups do have at the time. Like, I mean, I don't follow as much groups as much as I do, but I do know that Dreamcatcher does go out of the liberty of creating these fan interactions that aren't,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, normal to, in a sense, the Korean industry,
Mm-hmm.
of the whole like, I do this is my interaction, this is my limits.
Mm.
Because Dreamcatcher has shown in their vlogs and also on their posts that they really surpass the limits that are kind of in a sense standard of the Korean K-pop industry, in regards of the idols. Um, but yeah, looking at it like after the intermission of that VCR of like the all the tours and stuff, it did brought me in a sense to tears with the sad songs and stuff. But also, I mean, with those next upcoming songs that they did perform, it really like was still that roller coaster that Dreamcatcher likes to bring us. Like, there's that
Mm.
big one drop, but there's still like second or third like turn stuff that still
Mm.
like, oh, that gives you that joy, but at the same time like there's that small down drop that like makes you cry.
Yeah.
Um, like, I mean, they at this point during that whole time of the intermission, they was doing that wardrobe change,
Mm.
and the wardrobe change is the rest of the wardrobe that they would be using for the concert, which was they were performing Black and White, hands down your favorite song.
Yes, off the
Um,
Dystopia album.
it was your favorite song, and then I kind of was expecting it at this point. Like, they performed Scream, Red Sun. They said during the rehearsal that Black and White was one of their songs, so we at some point we were expecting this. And then they performed Deja Vu, which for me is my hands down favorite song.
High five. Hold on. Uh,
If you guys do feel like Deja Vu is your favorite song, go ahead and feel like in the comment. But for me, like Deja Vu was hands down again. You talked about it in the last podcast, but it's that I would say it's more the all arounder where it goes from that soft melody, the nice melody, the sweet melody to that like J-pop ish melody that we are familiar with Dreamcatcher,
yeah.
which fits who they are. To having also along that nice meeting. So Deja Vu was premiered, like once again as sixth member, and I remember reading the comments and in being a voice call with a friend. There a time where Handong appears. Handong is not there at the time, where she does her iconic vocal line of "Now I'm holding this
Wait,
pain,"
this pain!
and I remember I was following along with that, and then shortly after I was just muscle memory, Han Dong, because
Yes!
and then the tears start coming because you can feel the pain of Han Dong,
Oh,
and I mean.
heart clenching.
I'm gonna move on in regard to this because the more pain will come with it. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, so Handong kind of, I think a lot of some was like, regardless of Handong is here, we are showing my support because OT7 Handong is the regardless of member, even if you haven't seen her. And then we've had, I would sense a lot of people know as the troll song, Sahara. Holy cow. First off, we got choreography for Sahara.
Yes, we
First time
did.
ever, other than the music video that was pretty much a troll, which was a fan made, or not fan made, but Dreamcatcher made by them music video, same thing as Raid the Dream, or not Raid the Dream, Raid the Dream, Curse of the Spider. They had
Yes.
this is the second version of like making a follow up song of one of their B-side tracks that was fun. What are your thoughts of Sahara now looking at the choreography that was developed? Big points out for me was the mic stand and the scarf.
Yes, definitely. That was definitely one of my impressions as well when I first watched it, because Sahara is just one of those songs that like you let down your hair, you just headbang the hell out of the chorus. And I think the choreography just did a really good job of, what was it, the side motions and tossing it up in the air. It kind of reminded me a little bit of You and I, but it was very tastefully done, where it wasn't legit choreography, but it was just something that, remember when I mentioned this in our last podcast, where they're just kind of, you're just singing there, you're vibing with the song. And one of the things that actually did come up, and I remembered last time too, was that for the boom boom clap part, I actually did that. And again, one of my first impressions of when I heard the song was, oh my god, if this was performed at the concert, they're definitely gonna have a moment where like it goes into like halftime and people are gonna be stomping and clapping together at the same time. So that was really, really cool. And it was really nice to see that what I had imagined the song sounding like actually happening in a concert. So that was really, really cool.
Yeah, it really stood out to me. I mean, I think a lot of people were really excited to see Sahara, given that I think a handful of insomnias was a mix of like, I want Sahara because I want that troll-ish like Dreamcatcher that we have seen in the live of this Sahara.
Rah, rah,
But then at the same time, it goes into the same category of like, would you rather see Into the Frozen dash Silent Night? Which was songs that were in a sense missed following up into this concert. That I think a lot of Samia were kind of looking forward to, because at this point we have gotten almost all the songs in the Dystopia album. We have Scream, Red Sun, we have technically Paradise, we had Daybreak, Jazz Bar, Sahara. So at this point, Lily Into the Frozen is the song that is missing out of the album.
Right, because it was Into the Frozen. I think Tension was also missed.
Yes, Tension was also missed. But given like they kind of, Dreamcatcher knowing them, they paid it back with these upcoming songs. to kind of, I would say, was that resolution to the concert.
Mm.
And that being said, after Sahara, we're gonna bring up kind of these softer melody songs. Alyssa, do you want to kind of talk more of your view of the softer melody songs that were brought up, along with the
Absolutely.
video afterwards?
So I'm personally a sucker for ballad type vocal focused songs because one of Dreamcatcher, like I said before, is really a group that has 7 main vocals, 7 main dancers, probably has 7 rappers. We don't know yet, but
They have practiced that though.
yeah,
They made it
yeah,
clear that all
yes,
members
they
has
definitely
practiced
have.
in each song the rapping, and it just sounds best per member.
Exactly right. It's more suited for a specific member, and I think Daybreak actually is what happens is for vocal based songs like Paradise, like Daybreak, like Polaris are songs that I find a lot of comfort in, and having Daybreak being performed basically essentially for the first time in black and white. I almost said black or white. In black and white was just something a really nice sort of like a neutral, like calming phase that the concert sort of needs because you can't have a concert going hype all the time because your voice is going to go out. People are probably going to pass out. It's going to be too intense. And Dreamcatcher really is like an all-rounded group where they really can showcase all sorts of these details. So having Daybreak as sort of one of those breaks in between for the members as well, because you can't have them dance for 2 hours straight, that'd be exhausting, was something super duper nice and sort of like what's the phrase they use in Korea, like healing. It's just something that sort of calms you down and relaxes you.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, one of my other favorite B-sides of all time is Polaris. Actually, when I was at the New Jersey concert, we actually had these yellow lights. Hold on one second. We had these yellow lights that we used for the fan chant for Polaris. So I was doing that along with the song. So it's really really nice when you have a group can do all sorts of different things like that.
Yeah, I mean, for me too. Like I said, I mentioned that I was in a call with a friend, during the concert because he also purchased a ticket.
Mm.
But again, same thing. It was like that whole Polaris, like, the fan made dance of like the up, down, back forward.
Shake.
That was kind of set up, and I mean, we talked about in the last podcast of what songs we were kind of looking for. We were kind of expecting Jazz Bar, which we got. I was not personally. I did mention that like Polaris is that one of the lyrics does connect to the Insomnias. That we probably might see that it can overlap. I was not expecting both. Looking at it.
Yes, I would agree. I wasn't expecting both.
So the fact that we did see both Polaris and Jazz Bar was a bit shocking. But seeing that Polaris is a song that did come back, I do expect it to be in one of those songs that will connect to the Insomnias, that will always return, such as the song of like Over the Skies, which was they made it clear that is a song developed for the Insomnias. And leading into that would be kind of the next song that they did perform after Polaris, which is July 7th.
Yes.
What are your thoughts of it being July 7th, knowing that on top of that, they kind of had this perfectly lined up with, today being July 4th or July 5th for Korea time. And then they also set a fan meet, which we will talk about in the next podcast of our, I guess, experience with Dreamcatcher during July 7th, because I think that's a really cute thing to do with the concert being July 4th, technically July 5th, honestly, in Korea, and then having this cool fan meet or fan sign that a lot of people are familiar with on July 7th that lines up with one of their songs.
Well, I've noticed a lot that even on the European tour as well as the American tour, they always end right before they go into like their finale encore song that they always end with July 7th. And I don't know if it's because Handong isn't there and it's actually one of Handong's favorite B-sides. I don't know if you've seen the video of her. I think it was at one of her birthday. It's her birthday her birthday fan meet where she's like, "Oh yeah, I wrote the Chinese lyrics to July 7th." But I think July 7th is one of those songs where it just really highlights Handong's wonderful, beautiful, angelic, amazing voice. And I don't know if they, because I remember too that she has that one part in the song where, and then everyone just sort of stops and was like clutching their heart because as much as we as a fan base miss Handong, I'm sure they experienced that tenfold, that they missed their seventh member. They missed the middle member, the fourth member of the seven. So, I think they definitely do it on purpose, and I think it's really well done that they just like, oh, this is July 7th. This is probably one of the B-sides that remind us of Handong.
Yeah, I mean, like, Handong has missing, and we'll follow up just shortly in here about Handong, about a video, and on top of some news, or dash, I would say hints given by Dreamcatcher. But honestly, like, July 7th is a song that I would say is more towards Insomnia's and kind of, yeah, directed towards Handong. I mean, at this point, like, anyone who has seen the Handong video that was shared would shed tears, and I mean that's something that we'll be talking about just right now.
Yeah.
Of what she kind of said. Like, I mean, I'm seeing memes already on about it on Twitter.
Oh gosh, I haven't checked yet.
Of her clips, and it feels like Insomnia, Dreamcatcher just tearing up because that's literally at this point here to the end of the concert is just like you are cutting onions and you are next to the blade because
oh my god, you are literally sitting there, the onion gases are like going into your eyeball. I was legit crying, screaming Handong when she came out for that.
So like I'll have Alyssa kind of explain her point of view of the Handong video because honestly for me I was speechless and I was in a call with my friend and I was tearing up and he knew the pain a bit but he didn't know the pain I was going through.
Right. So I think the members were expecting part of like the video where they were watching Handong saying like, "Hi guys, I know I'm not here right now, but there's still time for us to come back and Dreamcatcher will come back stronger than ever." And I think the part that really like KO'd me, like left hook to their jaw, sorry, left, this is my left, was the part where the video sort of cut out and she was like, Jiu 언니, 수원 언니, 시안 언니, and she just listed all of the members' names and all of the members lost it. Like Jiu was really crying hard, Gahyun was also crying hard, and it's just really truly special bond that Dreamcatcher members have with each other, and considering that Handong's I want to say she's almost been gone for a year now. They haven't seen each other for that long.
I want to say it's close to about 6 to 8 months at this point.
Like, yeah, at least 8 months, maybe. It's been a long time since they've seen each other, and I don't know how much communication they've really had with each other, but you can tell that they really miss each other, and that the world isn't ready for when Handong comes back to Dreamcatcher. I'm not ready. I don't think the Insomnia fandom is ready. I don't think the world is ready when she comes back. So yeah, I mean, super excited.
Like, looking at it, it's still a hard view of it, looking at it. Like, one is, like, there's a lot of Insomnias that were appealed during the Scream era, but, like, looking at it, like, Handong has been missing. The reason why she personally took the opportunity to QY02 was she felt like she was not performing to the level of the rest of Dreamcatcher. Right. So she literally took it onto herself. And guys, please, when she returns, give her support. Because absolutely, looking at it, like, you can tell she pushed herself. The fact that when she got into this, like, past the first round of elimination, she mentioned that this is her chance to prove herself that she can in a sense be that main vocalist, viewed as the main vocalist, that what a lot of people have been seeing, that a lot of
Mm.
Dreamcatcher can do, all around it that you talked about. Handong can fit into that main vocalist position, and she felt like she was in a sense under leveled of where everyone else has been sitting in the group. So guys, please give her support, and to see that she's literally still like, it's not like, oh, she was like a teammate or whatever. It's literally like you're missing your family for, in a sense, for
Mm.
them probably like it felt like years for them.
Yeah.
8 months, almost a year. It probably felt longer to them. Someone who you have trained with for over probably 3 years with these
Mm-hmm.
girls. You know, they have trained with, they have lived with, they are your family, to be gone for so time. It's like the sense that they've done the military service.
Exactly. And as Alan mentioned before, when Handong does come back, I don't know. It doesn't matter where you are. If you get to see Dreamcatcher, if you get to see Handong, you better bust along screaming for her, because it's really gonna be absolutely amazing when she does get to reunite with the girls. I can
Yeah.
feel I'm tearing up thinking about it already. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I mean, given all it's like the girls, they do put their respect that like they don't forget Han Nong's not a member, because like again, it's Scream, the whole choreography, there is quote quote a seventh member. They placed a seventh member in regards of Han Dong's supposed to be there. That's supposed to be the seventh member.
Mm.
And we're gonna move forward in regard to this, because like, Han Dong, we can probably go miles on in with her.
Probably a whole episode, like a whole podcast episode.
We love her and we miss her to bits. But there are other topics in the whole
Mm-hmm.
concert that do shock insomnias. Other than the subunits, Handong showing appearance, and
Mm.
again, we haven't mentioned this, but Dreamcatcher did mention that for the next, they're like, oh, like we love this, we miss you guys, all that stuff. Next time we'll return as quote quote seven as a whole group,
Yay!
in a sense, hinting that Handong might be in the next album. In a sense, the Dystopia follow up of the full album, which is a lot of things to kind of talk about, maybe refer back to, and we'll save that for another podcast. But that being said, we are going more towards the ending, because after Handong, after the tears are being shed, Dreamcatcher kind of led to like, hey, we are about to end it soon, but here are some songs, and we aren't, like ending this so soon, because we hands down want to continue doing so. But after that, they kind of talked to me like, hey guys, next comeback, we'll probably perform with seven members. Please do not, forgive us, blah blah blah, this and that, like show us our love. And then they kind of enter, I would say, the ending titles, which
Yes.
the two ending titles that they played. If I wasn't in tears, this is gonna bring me tears. If you're not in tears, then you're probably, like knocked out by Dreamcatcher from any other performance prior. Um, what are your thoughts of the last two songs? If you want to mention what they are,
Yes, definitely. So the last two songs that were performed were Full Moon, which is personally one of my all-time favorite Dreamcatcher songs, and the Korean version of I Miss You. Um, so Full Moon, production-wise, is by far one of my favorite songs of all time. Dami's rap is incredible. The also the choreography for the dance, that like formation thing they do with their feet where they're like moving, is insane. I've tried doing it before and I've almost like fallen flat on my face. So it's very difficult. The choreo is very difficult. And one of the things that always stands out to me was at the very beginning of the song where they like walk through holding hands. The order that they're holding hands is the order that they join they join the company.
Wait,
I don't know if
really?
you.
I need to watch
Yeah.
that.
So I
Holy
think Jiu
cow!
walks in. Yeah, it's like Jiu first, and I think I can't remember the order exactly, but if you watch it, the very beginning, after like the intro where they're spinning and they're holding hands, is the order that they join the company. Because I know for sure, absolutely for sure, that Gahyun and Handong are the last ones to hold hands.
Oh, dude, I gotta watch
Yeah.
I gotta watch the dance cover today. I didn't know that, so that's news to me.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah, so that song has like a lot of significance. And I know this year we didn't get like a fan we didn't get like a fan song because Full Moon was the first anniversary of Dreamcatcher that they released the song. Over the Sky was for their second year, and we did not get one for this year because they were preparing for Zootopia. But
Don't forget that I think it was also fitting that we didn't have Handong along
exactly.
with it too.
Yeah, definitely. So that song has a lot of meaning to me in terms of like seeing how Dreamcatcher has grown throughout the years. What were your thoughts on seeing Full Moon? Because they didn't perform it. I don't think they performed it in Europe or on the U.S. tour. So seeing it live on the concert was really cool for me.
No, so any of the fan anniversaries, in a sense like Full Moon and Over the Skies, weren't really performed. I was also like during the U.S. tour, I was looking towards Full Moon, but we didn't catch that at all. But we got Over the Skies towards the end. Um, Looking at it, yeah, Full Moon was a song that I was not expecting at all to hear
Mm.
it. Like in my head when I first started, I'm like, oh dude, we're about to get through like, they're about they said we have a few more songs, like maybe five. Like, I don't know how it's
Mm.
gonna fully work and stuff. Like I want Chase Me. That's hands down like my one of my favorite songs out of Dreamcatcher and stuff. Like if you're competing Deja Vu and Chase Me, those are the two songs that I'm like, oh man, where am I gonna go with this?
Mm.
Um but I was expecting Chase Me, and then like I started hearing it more and more, and I'm like, wait, this is Full Moon. Like it didn't click into me.
Mm.
I'm like, well, this is actually the first. Actually, like thinking about it, this might be their first performance of Full Moon.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
gonna say it's been their first performance in a while. I can't remember the last time they
I
performed Full
don't
Moon
think they
live.
performed it on any music stage or a tour. That's the thing. Like
They
I don't.
definitely performed it on stage, but I can't. Like I said, I don't think they performed it on tours at all. Actually.
Yeah, I mean, Insomnias, if you guys know that, like, in direct information, like, hey, I witnessed this or I've seen clips, go ahead and comment below. Because honestly, for me, I would like to know that. Because for me, I don't even know, like, if they performed it beyond of the release of it. Because I know they released the dance cover of it, but nothing
Did
on
they
beyond
perform
that.
it in LA? Did they perform it in LA, Alan?
No, the
They
lineup.
didn't. I thought it. Oh, I thought I saw somewhere that they
No.
did.
So I know that a lot of the lineup that we seen in LA was actually almost the exact same as Chicago.
Oh, I meant during KCON.
Oh, KCON. No, they perform only You and I and Goodnight. They only
Okay.
perform two songs.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. I wasn't sure because they had that special fan meet that I didn't get to go to, and I probably should have met you earlier. I wasn't sure if
Oh.
they performed it then.
I don't think I wasn't at the actual fan meet that we had,
Oh,
but
okay.
during the like in the convention hall, they only perform You and I, from what I recall from my memory, and I could be wrong. Um, but yeah, going on to that, like Full Moon was honestly a thing that surprised me. Looking
Definitely.
into it, and then we also had "I Miss You." We talked about in our last podcast of any of the songs, in a sense the Japanese albums. So the whole breaking out, and then the end. Um, those songs we didn't really expect because of the whole copyright
Mm.
issue of Pony Cannon.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
Oh, yeah, that's right. We talked about this in our last episode.
yeah, so like looking at it, I'm like, oh man, we are gonna get any of those songs out of it. And then I saw, "I Miss You" started. I'm like, first three, I kid you not, first three beats of it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. There's no way they're performing this. I'm like, this
Mm.
actually is the Korean version of "I Miss You."
Yeah.
And out of all the songs, "I Miss You" had to be the one that brings me into, bucket filling tears because I'm already in tears with the Handong video with Full Moon, and then now you gotta bring me into this with the whole "I Miss You." This is the first performance that we ever seen "I Miss You" in Korean. I mean,
Yes. It's second time because the first time they did it, it was I think it was during like Halloween last year. They performed it at the first Insomnia fan meet, like the official Insomnia fan meet. Do you remember how like people had to apply to be part of the Insomnia fan club?
yeah.
So that was the first time, and then this is the second time they've officially performed it, because no one's ever now if you weren't at that official performance, you've never seen the Korean version of I Miss You. But it was also weird too because I wasn't used to hearing it, so I was like screaming the Japanese version on top of the Korean
Yeah,
one.
I mean, that's how I felt too, and I was like, oh wait, this is the Korean version, so that's totally fine.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's what shocked me, and I think it shocked a lot of insomnias who were watching the concert. It
Definitely.
was like, I miss you. Oh, cool, Japanese version. Oh wait, this is the Korean version. I can't sing along, but you know
Yeah,
what? You're still in making me in tears. I know how to move forward with this. So that what shocked me. It was the I missed
definitely.
you to it.
Mm. Yeah, that definitely really stood out for me too because I wasn't sure if they were gonna do because they did the same thing for the European tour and the American tour where they ended with "Wake Up" and "Mayday." So I wasn't sure how exactly they were gonna end the concert because after Full Moon, after I guess the song "I Miss You," were they gonna leave and have like an encore stage? But they had finished after this song, so I thought it was a really nice way to end the concert because like the beginning of the song I miss you, like I miss you Insomnia, and then for us as Insomnia, oh, we miss you Dreamcatcher. So I thought that was just like the icing on the cake, like the cherry on top, like the mic drop. That was the perfect way to end the concert.
Yeah, I mean, it's also hard to get something like an encore. Like, chat's already, like, if you guys didn't see, like, chat was literally like spamming, like, maybe
Dude, that
50
thing
messages per
exploded.
second. So, like, it was hard enough for Dreamcatchers to read question for you guys. But, like, looking at it, I'm like, there's no, like, anything for, like, encore, when you're thinking, like, I want an encore, you hear it. You hear the
Mm,
crowd, like, still the excitement. Chicago, you heard it. LA, you heard it. I'm pretty sure in the
mm.
other locations, you heard it. Of
Yes,
the whole,
definitely.
like, Dreamcatcher, Dreamcatcher.
Yep.
And then for me, I carried over from LA to Chicago of the Dreamcatcher. Hey!
Yeah,
To a point where
I was part
I,
of that too.
I lost my voice. I mean, a lot of people cheered me on when I started to, like, grunt other things that was not A. But we'll go more into that to probably a different podcast. But looking into it, yeah, like, I think there's no other song to end this concert. They said it was going to be 90 minutes. We expected maybe a longer, knowing Dreamcatcher. Um, I mean, we all wish that it could be longer. I mean, I think we all wish that it could be the whole day.
Oh yes.
Um, but I mean, to end it to a song like "I Miss You" in the Korean version, the kick, the punch into the grunt to, like, if you're not tearing up, if you're not like bawling your eyes out that you miss us, here it is right now.
Yeah, exactly. Bless. That was such a good cause. Like, I was just reliving it, talking throughout the whole podcast. That was just such an amazing experience. And I know there were actually quite a few insomnias in on the Twitter community that really pushed through and tried to put in a lot of effort to try to get as many people to experience this concert as much as possible. So, to all of you insomnia, including you, Alan, out there who really did help try to get people that concert experience. Thank you for your wonderful donations. It's obviously something you didn't have to do, but it's something really greatly appreciated. And I know the people who did get to watch the concert are really grateful that it's something they got to experience. So hats off to you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's probably pretty much gonna be a wrap for it, guys. But please, guys, support your girls today with the whole Soba Awards. The voting is still happening. I don't know how long it's happening, but I have the link description of the steps of how to do the voting. Your
I
votes
think it's
does
going
matter.
until August.
Yeah,
It's a long time.
your votes does matter. So please, do vote, because I kid you not, we are like battling with the big phantoms, and somehow we are like sitting there in the big phantoms.
Yeah, we're just sitting. We're doing a really good
I
job.
am
I'm really proud of
surprised. So
us.
guys, please, if you have not voted, please, in the link description, have the link by Seven Dreamers. They are a great fan base that gives you step by step of how to do the voting process. Please support them in that regards. Next podcast, we actually do have our topic. We're gonna be doing our fan meet, and we're gonna be talking about both of our experience, because it is both of us. We did get randomly selected by the chances by My Take Music,
And
and
one
we're
of
gonna
us may
be.
have bought an insane amount of albums compared to the other,
I
even though we
don't.
both
I
bought a
don't
lot of
know.
albums.
I don't know what you're talking about. But looking at it, like, we are going to share both of our experience with all 7 members. If you guys want to follow up, I will try my best to get maybe the video recordings or share as much as I can in regards to it. I know Alyssa has had one recording of it ish of some of the members, so she might have a bit more stories to kind of talk about and share with it. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below of what you guys want us to talk about after the podcast, and we want to see more. If you guys have any suggestions, please let us know down below so we can kind of help you guys out, because we do remember this is a podcast for insomniacs who don't know all the words and all this stuff and just random topics that we discuss about. If you have fan art, please go ahead and DM it to me at Churyu down below, CHURYUU. I would love to see your guys' fan art and or even artwork, because you guys do push out some amazing work.
Yeah, and if you guys want to DM me at KwaveRadio, like KWAVE radio, I'm definitely open if I'm a little bit more interested in the music side of Dreamcatcher. If any of you guys have like music arrangements, if you guys just want to talk about Dreamcatcher, anything, my DMs are always open. So definitely feel free to reach out and talk to me. And we're not scary people, I promise. We're like the biggest goofballs on the planet. So definitely reach out to us, and we're definitely gonna have a good time, right, Alan?
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below.